far, early voting has been heavy, and right now in California, it is even favoring the Republicans in key races. However, analysts say it's still early and there's much more voting ahead. Joining us now to discuss the vote is Jenna Ellis. She's the Director of Policy with the James Dobson Family Institute. Jenna, what can you tell us about early voting across the country?
Well, already the polls are showing that there are record turnouts in over 22 states, and Texas in particular. The Senate race between Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz has been one that has gained national attention. But what I think we're seeing primarily, Mark, is that so many of the people who were hesitant on the Republican, the evangelical, the conservative side, who thought about maybe either voting third party or abstaining and not even voting at all, are coming out and are saying, you know what, this is so important. We are getting to the polls. We're making sure to have our voices heard because they saw the impact of the 2016 election. So I'm very encouraged that we're seeing such a record number here in 2018.
Your organization has had a Get Out the Vote initiative going across the nation. What are your folks seeing? Can you elaborate a little bit more as they rally the voters?
Yeah, so Dr. has really been strongly encouraging every evangelical Christian to get out and vote because this is the most important midterm election he has said throughout his lifetime. And we're seeing that because of the sanctity of life issues, the protection for religious freedom, and making sure that we can preserve and protect family values for generations to come. And our constituents have just given us some overwhelming response about how they are praying, they are engaging, and they are getting out and voting. And so we've been very encouraged to see that so many people are responding to Dr. Dobson's message and they are getting out and voting.
What are your thoughts on the polls, the blue wave, and Democrats possibly taking the House?
That is a potential possibility, and I think that that's why the James Dobson Family Institute and other evangelical organizations have so strongly encouraged evangelicals to get out and vote. I wrote a blog for our Dobson Policy Center website. You can find that at dobsonfamilyinstitute.com, talking about why Christians have a moral duty to vote. And so there is the possibility that the Democrats will take back the House. And if that happens, we'll not only see a change in leadership, but we'll also see just a complete halt in the great strides that this particular administration has made for issues like religious freedom, for parental rights, for the sanctity of life, and for so many things that really fundamentally go to the heart of why America is such a wonderful country to live in. And so we're going to see, if that does happen, so many things over the next 2 years that not only will be halted, but then the focus from the Democrats is going to be on impeaching President Trump, potentially impeaching Justice Kavanaugh with absolutely no legal basis, and really putting forward a progressive leftist agenda that is not going to be helpful for families in America. So hopefully people will be encouraged to just see the differences between the parties and get out and vote. And again, the Dobson Policy Center hasn't encouraged a particular candidate or endorsed a particular candidate. We've just shown and identified and highlighted the major differences between the two political parties.
Now, you've already talked a lot about why the election in particular is so important. Are there any ballot initiatives affecting families that you are watching right now?
Well, we're watching very closely all of the states as well as of course, the federal elections. But this isn't just about the federal elections. Of course, it is important, as we've already talked to the House, to the nation as a whole. But everyone needs to recognize that there are very important ballot initiatives every single election in your state and local ballot. Here in Colorado, we have several potential constitutional amendments. We have some propositions. We have initiatives that are on the ballot. Everyone needs to take the time in their local state and community to engage and be informed and say, how is this going to impact my family? Because every law, every single person we put in office is going to shape our community somehow, and that will touch and concern you locally, and it will touch and concern America nationally. So everyone needs to be aware of what's going on in their state and local community, not just nationally.
All right, Jenna Ellis with the James Dobson Family Institute. Thank you for your time, Jenna.